So the question of chicken on the Paleo AIP lifestyle comes up a lot, and I'll share some things that I learned from the book and then my experience too. But it turns out that poultry actually has the worst omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of all proteins on the paleo approach. And that's very interesting. And it turns out too that, I'll share this point before I move on too, that people have reported, there's no scientific evidence for this, but people have reported that when they eat poultry that is supplemented with, because even if it's pasture raised, you need to remember that they don't do well most of the time without supplementation in their diets. So when it's supplemented with corn or soy, people have reported symptoms that they don't feel great, and we don't know why it is. It could be, I don't know, but people have reported. I've heard that a lot. So I've avoided poultry for a long time because I can never find, even when I ask the farmers and when I look around, it's very tough to find chickens that are not supplemented with corn or soy. So I personally avoid it. But same thing, like I just shared, even if it's free range, poultry has the worst ratio of omega-6 to omega-3. And they actually did a little experiment or something that they were fed mostly grasshoppers, which was beneficial for them, right, for the chicken. And still their omega-6 to omega-3 ratio was 7:1, which is still a lot better than conventional chickens, but it's a little higher than what you want. You want it to be much closer together. And they also looked, so instead of 7:1, a little lower. They also looked at chickens that they gave them, I think it was all or mostly, a large amount of flaxseed, right? They were fed a large amount of flaxseed, and they achieved a 1:1 ratio of omega-6 to omega-3, which that's incredible. But a lot of those omega-3s were coming from ALA, I think, right? Yeah, high percentage of ALA, so it's different. And then let me see if I'm forgetting something. But yeah, like I said, even if it's free range, is still the ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 is high. So what does this mean? It doesn't mean that you can't have it. It only means that if poultry is a big part of your diet, you do want to make sure, like I mentioned in other videos, that you include a lot of seafood, because seafood is what's going to bring the omega-3 up so that you balance out the ratio. So chicken will bring your omega-6 up a lot, poultry. You need to, throughout the week, at least 3 times a week, have fish or shellfish to bring up the omega-3s and balance that out. Remember, omega-6 will increase inflammation, omega-3 will balance that out and decrease inflammation and give your body what it needs in order to heal. So can I eat chicken? You can. Ideally free range, the best quality you can find. Always ask the farmer what they supplement their diet with. And if you do include, because a lot of people love chicken, and I get it, it can taste really good. So if you love it, just have the best quality you can. Make sure you balance it out with a lot of seafood. I personally don't feel like there's a huge amount of nutrition in chicken that something else doesn't have, so I avoid it because of those reasons that I mentioned. But I'm curious, do you consume poultry? Like, do you include poultry in your diet? How do you do with it, and what quality do you buy? Like, do you try to find like the best quality, or do you just buy conventional and do okay with it? Let me know, because I want to learn from you. I really want to learn more about your experience and how you go about it and what you experience on this lifestyle. So I really hope that helped. Please give it a thumbs up if it did. So much more coming. Stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Have an amazing day.